Hello and welcome, and today is the conclusion of the 26th day of November 2018, timestamp 22 hours 38 minutes Eastern Time, -5 UTC. Talk about some Bitcoin, go over the charts, all bets, trades within the like, of course within one's own risk and their own reward. And I'm going to start off by, to me, the obvious is that it's going to do one of two things. And one of them is be bullish and the other is be bearish. And in a bullish situation, you got point low in here from 2011 at about $2. Then the highs here over 1,000, the $150 lows in 2015. The $20,000 highs from 11 months ago, and now whatever point low happens to be. It's going to be 34, 3,000, 2,500. You know what? Technically speaking, a higher low from 150, at least the one that would keep this uptrend alive, is still in that 1,000 range. It could happen. I don't know if it will, but I know bullishly if it's going to be a lower area, if it's going to act like it did here, just have a small move below the 18, which is what it's doing here. It's barely went below it, as was the case in here on the 2015 bottom. And then that would be a low I would count. And breaking this high, whether it's a bottom of 3,000 or 1,000, I think is going to be significantly higher than this point. I think a lot of altcoins will be shit coins, and some of them will go down the tube, but a lot of them will be great coins and have much more superior gains as we continue to go forward. And of course, the alternate is like the tulip bubble mania. This is a significant high, and then price action, of course, would just keep going lower. I think that the must hold area long term is in at about the 1,000. But as I've been talking about for more intermediate term, that 3,000 is going to be the key point. So let's take a look at the Bitcoin technical analysis, multiple time frames. I was unable to do a video this morning. Well, I actually did a video. It was like 7-8 minutes long, and then it was telling me, oh, 3 hours upload time. Ooh, then I did like a 20-second video. 30 some odd minute upload time. It's like, what's going on? And well, there was some outages amongst where my internet was, as this was the report that I brought up. I'm in the Southern Ontario area, so therefore my upload speed was as terrible as could be. My download speed was barely satisfactory. I was able to watch videos and do everything I need to do. Just watching extreme high quality HD videos was not available, but it's all back and fine. A miserable day we're in Southern Ontario of rain and cold and all that kind of stuff. Thankfully the rain has now come to a conclusion, because it did rain all day. But this is Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin. And from this decline, volatility has remained very high. Yesterday's session was an inside day, which means that the low was higher than the previous day, and the high was lower. So you're symmetrical, basically. Today's session could very easily do so, given it's still a decent ways from both the high and the low. The overall volatility was like 15%, and every day has been in the 20, 25-ish, whatever percent range since the November 19th move, which has given a lot of good availability for day trades along the way. Price action remains below the 18 average, as it's shooting down very quickly. 18 average of highs is for today's session is in at 47.83 right now. So it could have a gain all the way up like over 1,000 basis points, like 30%, and it's just getting to a very large, most likely very interesting high chance resistance level. Interesting because, of course, the move that it would take to get there, If it isn't resistance, how big that would be. But again, that just states when you're in a bear market, those types of moves can happen at any given point. The 18 average of lows is in at 43.32, an area I'd also be looking for resistance on any given move. But that is still like 600 basis points away and change. So we're looking at like 16-17% of a move just to get there, and it's easily capable of doing such. And as the sellers are in control of this bear market, of decent sized moves, on any given day, it could be today, it could be tomorrow, a move bringing it down to 3,000, 28, 2,600 could most certainly be in the cards. Let's take a look at the 400-minute time frame. Amongst such, we've had a lot of resistance here on the sideways move. This is a low volatility. So basically, this period here started the size of the moves, because before this all happened, these moves were just it was iconically small before. Decent sized red move, whatever, a little bit afterwards, and then nothing for volatility here. But since this point, most of these candles decently sized in comparison, again showing the increase of volatility, increase in volume as well. And what was interesting is during the first move in here, the amount of trades that I had, altcoins against Bitcoin, just a lot. Almost every coin that I had almost was a buy. But this move never really had them as much on either of these two legs lower. Yeah, there's a few. But I felt that the altcoins have done a lot worse on this leg compared to the two. Nonetheless, altcoins have been going down amongst this ride as well. So 18 average resistance test here, 18 average resistance test both at the 45 and at the 43 level. Then from this last leg, we've had some play amongst this 18, now showing weakness amongst the 18 average of lows. So definitely high alert right now for any possible further declines as we continue on. Let's take a look at this on the 3-hour term time frame, which had to move up to the 18 average. But what I want to see happen in technical analysis, you're in a long downtrend. These bear markets can take a while to heal, but you have your situation where you come up to the 18 highs like this, have several periods where you're staying within it. Now you want to hold where you come from and support the 18 lows, which it didn't do. No, it's been resisting this point. So it's showing to me right now weakness from this move, just in that little simple fact. So the next key move, well, 3,000 or 2,900-ish, that's 800 points. So the volatility for that would be about 20+%. So I think there's a better chance that we have, like, say, a 1.2x move down than a 1.2x move up, which is this number divided by 1.2. As it stands, because of just that little fact into play. And then the single hour time frame, it had a shot of breaking out. This was a big iconic moment again right here. As what I noticed in this, you got above this level of major resistance, establishing this point in here. This is where, after it had 4 or so periods and 6 or 7 periods of going sideways, from this move, breaking out above the more shorter term resistance that it had, but it didn't do it. Now that's all fine and dandy as long as it holds that key level, but we can see that it didn't do such, as the price action, of course, didn't hold in here, and thus a decent size leg lower thereafter, showing weakness amongst the 18 still. 18's declining, and I think there's a better chance through the night, especially because a lot of these down moves seem to happen at like 3-4 in the morning Eastern time, at least so it seems lately, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to wonder, will my $3,000 buy orders, which is 33,000 on the test fund, will they come in and hit? Meaning, will my bigger size buy orders come into place? And we'll see through it time. 15-minute time frame, getting very symmetrical in here. So there's really it's just a wait and see game, and the reason why it's so symmetrical is because we got all of these nice higher lows that we can see in here, and of course this downtrend, very obvious as well. So that will be the conclusion of the Bitcoin charts as we end the day. And we'll be back with the crypto a day morning in less than 12 hours time, because I need to get me some sleep as it's 10:48 p.m. Eastern time, and I'm usually up between 6 and 7. Thank you for tuning in, and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.